Today, 12th of October, Spain's National Day, I would like to send a message of strength and of hope. This is an unusual year, a year blighted by a pandemic that has triggered a severe health and economic crisis all over the world, and which is testing the ties of cooperation and solidarity that bind the international community. My first thoughts must go to all those who have lost their lives to COVID-19, not because their absence is more painful than that of others, but because it was terribly unexpected and tragic. The human suffering we are witnessing in every country in the world merits a moment of quiet reflection. But it also calls for tenacity and grit. It is in times of crisis such as these that we show what we're truly made of. This is not the time for conflict. Rather, it's a time for harmony and cooperation, a time to be strong and to work together in unity. The government of Spain is devoting all its efforts into restoring health and promoting an economic and social recovery from the crisis. To achieve this, we are relying on the European Union, which once again is rising to the occasion, continuing to advance towards greater European solidarity and integration. We must harness this European commitment towards a greener, more digital and inclusive recovery. We must emerge from this bitter crisis better prepared to face the next one through greater European resilience. As Europeans, it is our conviction that we will only be able to overcome these challenges successfully if we stand united and cultivate a spirit of harmony and cooperation. For Europe to make a contribution to the world that is intelligible and useful, it is vital that it speaks with one voice, that it be capable of delivering a coherent, universal, and inspiring message. Europe must consolidate itself as a moral point of reference in the world. It must exercise a new style of leadership, one that mitigates conflicts, promotes sustainable development, helps extend the good use of technologies, preaches tolerance, and practices altruism. Europe in this century is not going to shape the world as it did in past centuries, but it must represent a force for good and stand firm in championing universal values. Spain is an important part of this Europe. We are a nation with a long history. We have an American dimension that is part of our identity as country, and we wish to contribute our efforts and our capabilities to the Europe of the 21st century. And what better moment to reaffirm this than on the day of our national celebration. Happy 12th of October. Gracias. Eskerrik asko. Grazas. Gracias.